That gal one shot, one eye on her ass like holy fuck. Look at the arch, you know I bust. Back up the ass like
What you know about a double four? What you know about Rambo's twinning? None. Slap that off. Ching him. My name start ringing. Badness at it from young. Me. Them man act bad for the women. Yes. Do it. Air out the linen. Why you think GB stay winning? I was out there trying to shake him down. Still for the bad one, shake it down.
Okay, just landed in London. Shit is crazy. Here for 2 nights, lots going on. We have a board meeting tomorrow. My CEO, Paul, is at my apartment. He's outside. He's talking about, I'm outside. I'm like, yo, bro, it's tomorrow.
Hello, mate.
Mr. Paul Hooper, sir.
Fucking hell, mate.
I know you love me, Paul, but you know what I'm saying? You don't get to jump the gun, Paul. You don't get to skip the queue. Huh? I know you want to see me, man.
Of course I do, sir. Of course I do.
Well, listen, since I got you on the phone, how's it looking with the transaction?
Right, so I'm still waiting on you to give me the company information.
So I'm supposed to send you something, right? What am I supposed to send you? All right, so that's my HVAC CEO, Paul. Now time to call Steel CEO Paul and find out whether or not we own a new business.
Way.
We're closing a transaction today. We're buying a new company. Hi, Magnus. Last I checked, we're gonna close today. But yes, we're supposed to close today, with a bit of luck. It's gonna be a crazy ass trip, Oscar.
Yeah.
Let's get started. Omar, my childhood friend. Have a look how shiny that head is. That's a shiny ass head. Thank you, sir. If you touch that Aston Martin, that's gonna be an expensive party. All right, I'm calling William. William is my new business partner. We're launching something exciting. We're launching a video game, a simulator, an M&A simulator. Hello, good sir. So it's a place called Blue Boa Pub, but there's one big problem, Will.
Yes.
It's gonna take us 1.5 hours.
Okay, cool.
All right, see you soon, buddy. Cheers, bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so this is a guy named Will. Now, I met Will about 2 months ago, and funny enough, he's one of my interns in IPO Capital. But more important than that, we are launching a video game together, an M&A simulator. So we are the co-founders of a video game company called Factory Tycoon. Hey, the ability to invest, buy, exit, take on debt, do all kinds of shit, merge, hire CEOs, all in a video game, all in a simulator, and you, sir, or you, ma'am, can now download Factory Tycoon and play it for a small price of £100. We're launching it today, we're launching it here, we're launching it now.
Not in the, like, you know me, when I go into something, I like to figure out where I can fit in, right, in a way, and I think that is a very interesting problem. I don't know how it's gonna work, how it's gonna look, but I think that's a gap that we could fill that not many people are looking at.
So your question essentially is there's a lot of capital in America, less capital in the UK, and in other words, why not raise a fund or a fund of funds for the UK market?
Yep.
All right, so what I'm about to do is I'm about to perform an exorcism. Entrepreneurs are a very interesting organism. They want to do all kinds of innovation. They don't just want to do the thing they're supposed to do, okay? This man is a private equity investor. He needs to do but 3 things. Deal flow, debt, equity. I remove the demons from you, sir, that are tainting your judgment, trying to get you to come up with innovative ideas. Entrepreneurs need to be exercised of bad ideas.
So just buy the business, forget about
Forget all that fancy shit, man. Look for a profitable company that makes £1 million. Offer the owner £3 million to £4 million. Pay them some on day one and some over some years. Raise leverage from the banks, 2 times EBITDA as the debt. Raise a little bit of money from an equity investor, become the owner of that business. Rinse and repeat.
No introduction needed, but girls still ask what my name is, tryna pretend they don't know who see us. Like anytime I get on that mic, I don't cover 100 regions. Sweden, Norwegian, New Zealand, Australian, Arab, Armenian, even Asian, Indonesian. Spitting on beats and using similes, but their lyrics ain't got no meaning. If we see blue lights and think that it's cops, we're not gonna stop, we're breezing. Lock the lock, it won't stop us scheming. I lost F dot and it got me grieving.
We're late. I'm supposed to see Will. We got, what, like 45 minutes before we got to go to Parliament. Will traveled in from Cambridge or Oxford, can't remember where, somewhere far as hell. I would like to introduce you to a new hero character in the show. His name is William, aka Will, baby. And Will is one of the interns. But more importantly, he's the founder and CEO of a video game simulation company called Factory Tycoon. Maybe Will can tell us a bit more, but essentially, mergers, acquisitions, divestitures, simulated on Factory Tycoon. Factory, Tycoon.
I was that sort of person who sat down on YouTube and was like, right, I'd like to make some money. How do I do that? Private equity. So Google's private equity, followed by, I like manufacturing. So manufacturing, and then found a fantastic channel. The 100 million plus is everywhere. So you obviously had to click on that. But then sort of couldn't quite grasp how the actual concept worked. So I decided to build something to teach myself, and that was Factory Tycoon. What became Factory Tycoon? With a little bit of support from people who actually know what they're doing. It's been molded into more of an educational tool to help people who want to know more about private equity and how to buy businesses start that journey. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far.
Will's my new business partner. We're partners in Factory Tycoon. Me and my boy here, 50-50, partnering with geniuses. Partnering with Oscar, partnering with Will, partnering with the great people that know more than me. So go play the game, Factory Tycoon. Well done. Okay. Excellent. Let's get some burgers. So the first call is the cumbersome call, right? Because that's like an hour to 2 hours where I'm really trying to understand their situation and where they sit in their M&A journey. These are all people that have never bought a business before. Quite often they're seasoned practitioners in their own field, so they've been building a business of some sort, or they're a senior executive in someone else's business, and they understand that the way to grow to 5 million, 8 million, 10 million pounds of revenue profitably is not client by client, customer by customer, but through M&A. And so it's just finally opening this up to the public. Because I've been working privately with about 8-9 people, including Oscar, yours truly here, the man behind the camera, trying to help them get results. And I mean, they're getting some serious traction now. So now it makes sense. Basically, we're launching this one-on-one coaching program. So if you too would like to buy a business, profitable company in the United Kingdom, for example, because I don't know how the fuck to do this in Jamaica, sign up. £2,500 a month, and I will hold your hand like this here and get you across the finish line to be a business owner. See, William's awkward now.
I'm sorry.
I'm still holding onto his hand. He feels a bit awkward.
No, this is definitely $2.5 grand.
This is me. This is me not letting go.
I'm feeling the value.
Oh, man. At some point, we can do a trip to Copenhagen if you wish. So now we are somewhere in the Parliament. I just had a coffee with the Baroness Mubarak of Scotland, and she told me about their requirement for investors in the space technology sector in Scotland. And these are the halls of power, somewhere in Westminster.
That's nice.
Hopefully we're allowed to explore these halls of power. Wait. Okay. It doesn't African.
It's not the best weather, but the view's cool.
Listen, this man is 2 for 2. Every time I hang out with Nabil, he either introduces me to a baron or a baroness or a lord or some goddamn body. The man is 2 for 2. He don't miss all the way. Next time is the prime minister, huh, sir?
Hopefully.
The man don't miss.
This meeting gives us the opportunity to examine the economic growth case for a competitive investor visa regime.
Since the investor visa closed over 3.5 years ago, there is simply no route for investors to come to the UK, invest in the UK, and simply be self-sufficient.
Funding them, whereby the sellers, for one reason or the other, are looking for a generational change of ownership. We step in, we offer them between 2 times, 3 times, and 4 times profit multiple, buy the businesses, replace the management team, and take over ownership. So we're all on that same mission.
For a British citizen to resettle in the United Kingdom, then what are you asking of immigrants to come in? Because they're going to face the same challenges.
Just give me the Well done, Baroness. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Absolute
much.
pleasure.
Stay in touch.
Will do.
It was so good to meet you.
Will do. Let's get some satellite investments in,
Oh,
in Scotland,
please.
eh?
Thank you, darling.
I like that.
Man, I got bank things in the London town. Bank things in the London.
All right. So, Oscar,
Yeah, tell me what you just told me right before when I didn't have the camera.
I just got a text, and it was a document. It says complete with DocuSign. It is a very long piece of paper. It is a final form share purchase agreement, the definitive document that we are going to use to buy a business. Finally, for a fucking year, I've been talking about buying companies. I ain't never seen you buy a company, Yus. Finally gonna see me buy a company. 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're closing. That's about 1.2 million pound in pre-tax profits. And we are buying that business. Unfortunately, it's in the steel group. So it doesn't count to the 0 to 100. It's like it didn't even happen. You know, it's like an off-season goal.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. I'll still take it. That's a $10 million business.
Yeah.
I'll take it in the portfolio. So tomorrow, you shall witness a closing call.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
It's huge.
Tomorrow we celebrate. I don't know how though. What do we
Leave
do?
it to me.
You heard it here first. Hello, I'm trying to get this goddamn coffee machine to work. I feel like I'm loading a rifle. Do I look like a man that's not had his cup of coffee yet? I have my board member from the HVAC group, Ventilation Ventures. He's arriving literally any minute. He's an hour early. I've got Paul, the CEO of the HVAC. He's coming in an hour. We're gonna have a board meeting. I'm on standby with Steel Paul. He's signing a whole bunch of documents through DocuSign. We're trying to close the damn business. We're trying to buy the steel company today, this morning, right now. Did I mention that you too, sir, can buy a profitable business in 2026, just like me, just like Yusufa? This is not a commercial, but if you should be so inclined to want to buy a profitable business in the UK, then sir, I am offering, or ma'am, I am offering one-on-one coaching services. Step right up and get your one-on-one coaching services. La 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 la, la 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 la. This is what it looks like to buy companies. So the other guys are fooling you.
So how do you, what should I do?
What should you do?
Yeah, where should I sign up?
There's going to be a link on this episode.
Yeah.
And basically, go in, read it. If it sounds like you, what we're looking for. Look, only serious people, meaning someone who's actually going to do the fucking work to buy a business. Because, this ain't magic sauce and pixie dust. You got to do the work. I'm here to hold your hand and get you across the finish line. If you're willing to do the work, then I will work with you. £2,500 a month, and you get access to my services. So sign up and become a member of the community. But today is a big day. I mean, the funny thing is, man, the first time we spoke to this company was honestly many, many, many months ago. Things got really serious 4 or 5 months ago, and we've been working trying to get this deal done. Finally, we're gonna get it done. And, once we close this deal, our steel group currently does 33 million pounds in annual revenue. We have 300 employees. It's going to be a 40 million pound revenue group. That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's like, what, 55 million bucks in the steel group alone? In the HVAC, we're trying to close another deal there. That's going to get us to 17 million pounds of annual revenue. And at that point, sometime this year before Christmas, combined, 57 million pound portfolio annual revenue. Not too shabby. So it's a big day.
It took you 6 years?
Yeah, so we did the first deal in September 2019. So was that 6 years?
Wow.
So 6 years, but 6.5, 7 years. So if you're watching this, you are 7 years ago. You're me 7 years ago. I'm 38.
That's crazy.
Day one. Sign up. Do not panic, Pierre. This is safe. I have something extremely exciting to show you. Pierre came an hour early, so now I have to subject him to the video game. So basically, I've launched this new video game together with a very smart guy named Will. It is a simulation. It's a simulator. What it does is it allows people to simulate the experience that we're having, but through a video game. whereby they can choose a sector, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's retail, whether it's luxury stores. They choose a sector. They go through different businesses listed for sale, okay? The businesses will have different, items around them. Do they have issues? Do they not have issues? What's the growth? What's the earnings? They then get to select. They have full autonomy and full agency. They get to select which company they want to make an offer for, send an LOI for. They then make an offer after doing due diligence. The offer is either accepted or rejected. The offer, just like what we're doing, is a multiple of earnings. So if the company makes £1 million, do they want to sell it for, buy it for £2 million, 2.5, 3 million pounds? A multiple of earnings. Once they've bought the company, and here's where it gets interesting, they get to hire group CEOs, group COOs. They get to put a board of directors in place. They get to put operators in place, consolidators, analysts, and build a team. And at some point, they can merge these companies together and create groups, just like we've done at Northern Industries in the steel group. And the idea is they can exit. It's a money game. What do you think?
It's a simulation game.
It's a simulation game. I'm about to jump into the closing call. I'm a bit late. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Good to see you all. Good to see you all.
Just to confirm that all of the documents have been signed. We're obviously in receipt of the completion payment. If everybody is happy and Simon's happy that he's seen everything, then we are good to complete and we can confirm completion on this call. Well, you are officially completed. So congratulations, Sonia, Yusuf, and obviously Peter and Hannah as well.
Landguard over to a good company with similar views and ways of working, and I'm sure it'll be very successful for you.
Fuck. We just bought a new company. Officially, it's done. The company does about 7 million, just a bit more than that in revenue pounds. It's about $10 million. It does about 1.2 million pounds in pre-tax profit. That's about 1.5, 1.6 million dollars in pre-tax profit. It's a steel company, so it's not part of our steel group, and it's called Landguard. We now fucking own Landguard. Let's go. Let me congratulate the man himself. Well done, man.
Yeah, easy peasy this, isn't it?
How does it feel? You broke your deal virginity.
Well, let's make sure when we get there it's all still standing. But
Well done, man. Fucking awesome. And hats off to you, Paul. I mean, truly, you've executed, man. Well done. Well done. You made it happen. You got us there. You closed the fucking deal. And hats off to you, brother. Fucking proud of you. Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Pull the trigger. The shareholder's gonna blow you a kiss, sir. You're getting a kiss. You're getting 31 kisses, starting with me.
I think I'll get about 31 questions.
All right, well done, brother.
Cheers. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Let's fucking go. I'm pumped. You know, you asked me once, a year ago, and then more recently, like, what does it feel like to buy a company? That's what it feels like. Relief. Just like a burden falling off your chest. Because at the end of the day, like, these things go on for like months. We've been in discussions with these guys for a long time. We've been aware of the deal. It's died like 6 times, revived like 7 times, you know what I'm saying? And so just jumped on that call 3 minutes ago, and the lawyers go around the table and they say, do you agree that we conclude? Do you agree that we conclude? And then the seller lawyer announces that the deal is done. We are the owners of the business. The sellers are the owners of the cash. No turning back. It's not done. It's our company, their money. There's just a feeling of like relief. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel good. And here's the bad news. You got to go right back to work. Beyond those doors is a board meeting. And I'm literally about to go attend it. And forest fires. Fuck. This shit doesn't stop. Choose another career. All right, gentlemen, I'm sorry about that intermission. We are now the proud owners of a new steel company.
Congratulations.
So sometimes there's good news.
That's always good.
Once a year. Yeah. Once. It's 365 days. Once a year.
No, it's good news. Well done.
This is the game. And how do they access the game? I'm just going to come into the screen here. Factory-tycoon.com. Factory with a K. Factory-tycoon.com. The game is called Factory Tycoon. Factory Tycoon. And it's factorytycoon.com with a hyphen FAKTORY-tycoon.com.
Oh, you don't want to show
Should
it?
I play it again?
Yeah.
I was just like,
That's it?
Yeah, I was just like, that's it? Okay, I'll play the game. The other thing I didn't mention, right? Once you've made the business and it starts working and you've hired the right team, at some point you get to sell it. And if you've built it as a group, you sell it at a higher multiple, right? And then here's the best part. I didn't even mention this. So this is one of the interesting parts about the game, right? It's very realistic because you choose your path. So either you start as a university dropout, right? Where you're 20 years old, you have no cash because what uni dropout has any cash, right? You have no reputation, but what you have is time, okay? And so you have more time to play the game, okay? Versus where you run out of time being retirement. Or you can do what's called the early pivot, i.e. you're 30 years old, you have a little bit of cash, you're not rich, but you got 100,000 pounds in this case. You have some reputation because you've done something, right? And then you have less time. Here you've got 20 years to retirement. Or the last part is experienced, where you're 40 years old, you've got a lot of experience, you've got some savings, in this case, £500,000, you have a good reputation, but you only have 10 years to exit before retirement. So it's very realistic. And in my real life, I was 31 when I started this journey. So technically, I was the early pivot path. Every week, the 10 best performing players get a weekly group call with a very wise guy, okay? He was born in West Africa, but he's accumulated a quite vast well of knowledge. He's a very intelligent man, and he's gonna coach the top 10 best guys. I'm not saying who, I'm not gonna reveal who the coach is, but free weekly calls, you know, just to guide you guys, okay? On the top 10 best players, that's one thing. You can play it on your phone, you can play it on your computer, you don't need to download nothing. You just type in factory-tycoon.com, FAKTORY-tycoon.com, and you can play this game. Now that's reasonably priced right there. That's not a marketing gimmick, that's real value. £99 per year to have access to this simulator. The only place where you can learn in real life how to do this stuff without actually doing this stuff. Whatever you do, guys, do not draw your attention to my stats here, showing this here negative trend of my gameplay. There's a reason for that. What I was doing is due diligence on the game's robustness and making sure that the game could handle really idiotic gameplay decision making. And I demonstrate to you the results. It works extremely well. Cash, your portfolio value, that's your net asset value, your reputation, right? As well as the amount of companies that you've bought, okay? And the ultimate goal is to build wealth, to build a fortune. So these are the basics. When you are buying a company, the way it works is, first of all, you choose a business out of all the companies that are listed for sale. There's different sectors. You click and you run due diligence analyses, right? That runs due diligence for you and it shows you the key risks. You then have to decide whether or not these key risks are worth proceeding with. At that point, you make an offer. Now, deal flow, debt equity, guys. What do you see here? The deal flow, and then here you've got the equity, and then you've got the seller note, right? That's the seller, you know, giving you deferred payments, or you've got a bank loan. So deal flow, debt, equity. So here you choose, how much equity am I putting in, right? How much bank debt am I putting in, right? This impacts the percentage against the enterprise value, right? What's the seller financing I'm putting in? You adjust all of these levers as you make an offer. And at some point, they either accept or they reject. Here you have your portfolio, which shows you the various companies that you own. Some of them will have issues, unfortunately, and these issues will probably be caused by a gentleman named Paul, okay? And you gotta fix the issues. It costs money to fix the damn issues. You can do IT upgrades. Sometimes you have liquidity crisis warnings. I've never had one of these in real life. Okay? Dude, this is real life. Then you start hiring your team. Do you want to hire an analyst? Do you want to hire a chief financial officer, an integration manager? Do you want to hire a CEO? What do you want to hire, okay? At some point, and by the way, in real life, I haven't gotten here yet, so I'm still learning the game in real life, you get to an exit, okay? But by the way, before you even get to an exit, sometimes you got to raise some money from equity investors, right? Are you raising it from a private equity investor? Are you raising it from a strategic investor, an angel investor, or a venture capital investor? All of these guys have different terms attached to the money they're giving you. And then here, when you're doing the exit, you can choose complete exit, and then you start building your cash. All right, then here you've got advanced settings, blah, blah, blah. I never read this page, which might be why I had the negative trend of results. All right, so let's actually show you what the gameplay looks like. Start new game. This is our marketplace. Here you have all of these companies for sale. A restaurant chain, a convenience store, waste management. Someone wrote to me just today talking about, hey, Yusufa, I want to look into waste management. So let's give this a spin. All right, so here you have the profit and loss, and here you have the balance sheet. Let me zoom in. It does revenue of just under 800,000 pounds, EBITDA of 156K. So it does about net profits of 145,000 pounds, okay? They want 445K, which is a 3.3x multiple of EBITDA, right? Is that reasonable? Maybe it is, but it's a small company. I don't know. You look at the balance sheet, you look at the cash they have at the bank, you look at the inventory, the liabilities, and at some point you say, fine, I'm interested. Let's do some due diligence. So here I click due diligence. Now I'm looking at the due diligence analyses. It's showing me some risks, and I'm gonna decide, you know what, let's run the DD analyses. And we've made some savings, guys. We've negotiated a discount of 38,000 pounds because some issues were found. Great. Let's make a deal offer. Bam! So here we are. Now we're making a deal, okay? The price for the business is 406,000 pounds. It generates a monthly profit of 13,000 pounds. Now we have to decide, what are we doing? Deal flow, debt, equity, guys. Deal flow, debt, equity. We just did deal flow. So now let's look at the debt, seller finance and bank debt, as well as the equity injection. More debt, less debt, you can adjust, right? Everything moves everything else, okay? It's like one of the music technician producer guys. When they move a lever, everything else moves. Seller finance, how much seller finance versus how much debt. Now let's reduce the seller finance, right? Because we don't want the seller too pissed, right? So let's say 10% seller finance. I don't know how much cash I have here. Let's have a look. I've got 100 grand, right? So I'm only got 100 grand. I cannot afford to pay 121 grand of cash. That's more cash than I have, guys. Bam. I'm gonna come down to, let's call it 100 grand of cash. All right, so I've got enough cash to do this deal. Lots of bank debt. Let's see. The probability of acceptance, 66%. Let's see if he accepts. Guys, I just bought a company. Whoever was asking for advice yesterday, I'm now in the waste management business. You come look at the portfolio. There's 24 companies available today in the market, different sectors. My portfolio is the waste management company I just bought. My team at the holding company level is 0. Now, I don't have much cash. Well, I'm negative cash as a matter of fact. So let's see. Otherwise, I could have hired someone, as you can see here. These are all the people I could hire, all the way to the CFO, the Chief Revenue Officer, Chief Operations Officer, right? Because obviously I'm the CEO. But I don't have money, guys. So unfortunately, I can't hire no damn body. But look, every month, this is my net cash flow. I'm getting 4,000 pounds a month. Now, Oscar, you were asking about age. Remember, I'm playing on the mode of a 30-year-old with 100 grand of cash. That was the equity that I used to buy this company. So I'm 31. You see, the seconds are counting, meaning I'm getting older here, unfortunately. Right? This happened to me in real life. I was 31. Next thing I knew, I was 32. Don't even know how that happened. But have a look at this. Raise capital. So, deal flow, debt, equity. I've just bought a company in waste management, but now I'm out of cash now. I want to buy more companies. So do I raise it from an angel investor? This is the dilution. I would give up 37% of my holding company for a measly 25,000 pounds. That's not a good deal. Or I could raise venture capital, where I dilute 40% for a measly 100 grand. Or strategic investment, where I dilute minus 41% for 150 grand. Let's go with the strategic investment. Here we have different strategic investors. I'm gonna go with this guy. That's gonna raise some money. Deal flow, debt, equity. Bam, cash. Back up, baby. We're alive. I got cash again. We're alive. Okay? So now I got some money again. I got one company. I'm gonna hire me a team member because now I got some money. I want a VP of acquisitions because I'm very acquisitive. I've hired his ass. Now let us go back to the marketplace. And I want to build a group. So I'm looking for the next waste management company, right? Because I want to build a group. So here you go. And again, and again, and again, and again. And you just keep playing the game. Your monthly cash flow, now it's minus because I've hired a guy and he's yet to get to work. Let's say he's a lazy bugger. My monthly cost, my monthly profits, the portfolio, this is my NAV. And essentially, the trick is don't go bust, okay? And don't run out of time. Build a fortune. FactoryTycoon.com.
Go play it today.
Go play it today.